place where the magic happens. Conversations flow and the laughter snapping. Here at Netter's Network, where the stories come alive. Every episode's a journey, every guest a drive. Netter's Network, tune in for the show, where the headlines meet the heart, and we all get to know. From the highs to the lows, we've got it all in tow. Netter's Network, where the world's on the go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Netter's Network Thursday Things. I have a very special guest tonight. I would introduce you to my co-host, but he had to step away for a second. So that guy down there is my co-host and my producer and the love of my life. And normally he would say, "Hi, Netter, I love you." But he's not here to say that, so I said it for him. He's coming back. I can hear him. I wanted to ask Geek Flag with Nate, how are you feeling? Because whatever you have, I think I might have caught it, because I've been feeling pretty crummy since I got off work today. I even had a little bit of a lie down, and I'm still feeling like, ugh. In fact, I am drinking my special elixir of honey, lemon, ginger in a jar. Well, with tea. It's no longer in the jar. Now it's in a cup of tea. And hello, love of my life, producer guy at the end of the bar. How are you doing tonight, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
I'm doing well, and I'm sipping on a Diet Dr. Pepper. Thank you for asking.
Cool. And I only know that because, well, I gave it to you.
And did you see the gifty from Geek Flag with Nate Knows?
I'm getting there. It's like
I know, but I that generosity is always very exciting to me.
Yes,
so
it is.
And so welcome back to membership, USRNG. Good to see you.
I would just say hello to you, Sergey. Going, wait, he's not in the
Well,
chat.
he's not actually in the chat, but yeah, he's welcome.
Did you pull that up for me? There it is. Never mind. I got it.
Yeah.
There we go. My gifty.
There you go.
Gifties are fun. Thank you, sweetie. I really do hope you're feeling better, and your knee is feeling better. You're staying off of it, right? Because we told you. Remember, listen to Mom. Mom told you, stay off the leg.
Pain is good. It tells you when something's wrong.
Drink the tea,
Exactly.
So you feel better from the ick. Mom knows best. But let me get to the top of my chat to say hello. Starting with Big Al Presents. Big Al saying, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all having a great Friday tomorrow. I hope you all have a great Friday tomorrow. Have a fun stream, Netter.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow will be a nice day because it's payday.
Correct.
And soon my pay will be slightly increased because I had my review today. And although nothing spectacular, because the manager I have, nice girl, but I don't think she really knows how to do reviews. So I got like an average score. It's like, okay, I know I do a lot more than that. So my goal for next year is to make her see my worth better in her reporting. Now we have Mark Malikoff saying, Gabla, greetings from the depths of the dilithium mines of Repente. The Klingon Empire is dead. Long live the Klingon Empire.
Oh, yeah.
Target Klingon Academy and launch all Netterbots now.
I'll tell you, my friend.
Connie Clear is saying hello to everyone. And, of course, she's showing the Netter's Network emojicons. Netter's Network, Retro Cinema, Smolder, and Smile. Then there's this Troy guy saying hi to people. Not to anybody in particular, just like everyone. I'm so generic.
I'm doing the best I can, okay? I got a lot of pokers in the fire.
And there's that Netter's girl saying hi to the Troy guy, that love of her life. Deleted scenes with his salute. And of course, I'm saying to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, become a member, gift a membership if you are so inclined, like Nate did. Delete is also saying hail to the chat. And he also says to like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member, gift a membership. Let's see who else we have here. Hey, we got StoryMan-Jack in the chat saying hi to everybody. I know that guy. Let's see. Everybody saying hello to each other. Geek Flag with Nate saying to like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member. And if you're going to give a super chat of $5 or more, why not give a membership instead and show Netters the love? And he's got the emoji counts of the Smolder and the Netters Network. Which, of course, we already showed that he did, in fact, put his money where his mouth was, and he did gift me a membership to you, Sarnji. I don't think so to come up now. And of course, he says to me, Bonjour, Nate. Bonjour, Nate. Comment ça va? Yeah, saying hi to each other. He was saying hi to everybody. I clicked on it, not meaning to click on it, so there it is. Boomer! It's Boomer in the house. How you doing, sweetie? Like what Nate said, my cough is manageable. My knee still feels like crap. And I ran out of the honey, ginger, and lemon. I have to go to work tomorrow. Oh, sweetie. I just made up 2 jars. I wish I can get one to you. Oh, I feel so bad. For the cough, if you haven't already, try the cough drop recipe. That works really well too, because it's a lot of the same ingredients. It's got the ginger, it's got allspice and all that in there, so it's really wonderful. It does help. It helps with the soothing and keeps you from coughing. Y'all saying hi to each other. Wilkie's Movies and Music saying, hey y'all.
Hey, Corey.
How you doing, sweetie? I keep wanting to call you Sergeant, but you got a rise in rank. Lieutenant Garatina saying hello. We got a special giftee from Wilkie's Movies and Music. 5. Oh my goodness. 5 gifted memberships. So
I'll read
gifties.
those off to you. Those went to Brandon, the anime guy, Joe's Atmosphere, me and my monkey, Mark Ruffalo, Suzanne Exton, and Rose Fire. Welcome to membership, everybody.
Yes, oh my goodness.
That's very
phenomenal.
generous of you, Corey. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
And I think that catches us up.
Oh, Miguel popped back in to say hi. Can y'all hear me okay? In my own ear, I keep fading in and out. I want to make sure that it's just me and not, not like the setup or anything.
I can hear you.
Good.
Okay. And of course, that was our special guest. I'd like to introduce to all of you who may not already know him, StoryMan-Jack. How you doing tonight, Jack? And what are you sipping on?
I am drinking water, H2O.
That's fair. Hail hydration.
Yeah, we usually call it, well, if you got ice, then it's Michigan on the rocks.
Well, I work outside, so I had a heat stroke about a year and a half ago, and doctor said about 10 minutes from death. My kidneys
goodness.
Wow.
started shutting down everything, so I drink as much water as I can now.
This is why I tell you all to stay hydrated, right?
Of course,
Well,
Texas,
it's one of the reasons.
that was a 110-degree day as well. So
And I also want to say hello to Suzanne Exton.
Yep. Welcome back to membership, Suzanne.
Nate says I'm 5x5. So cool.
Good.
So you had been a guest on here before,
right.
And you've been rather busy since the last time you were on here.
Well,
you have a new book.
I do. It is 90% complete. I've done an initial development draft, and I'm working on a line edit now. but uh, I have sent it off to a couple agents. One was interested until they found out I was a white male, and then they tossed me. So I'm just going to
Well,
publish it independently.
that's nuts.
Well, they
Well,
do their
I mean,
quotas.
she sent me several emails how excited she was. Such a unique story. She wanted to uh, see if I could expand it. Blah blah blah, and super excited. And then she called me, and she's like, "I'd like to speak with Jackie." And I said, "I am Jackie." And she goes, "Oh, you're a man?" And I said, "Yes." She's like, "Well, we're not really taking submissions from men right now."
Wow. See, that's the kind of phone call you want a recording of, because that's a lawsuit right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you can find a court that'll agree with it.
Well,
So
I would
I,
say as long as you stay away from the big cities there down in Texas, you might be okay.
Yeah, I mean,
not really. There wasn't a lawyer who would take it.
Oh, jeez.
because that's sexist, that's racist,
Yeah.
it's
It
Yeah.
is, but
so many
Especially
kinds of
under the
wrong.
current administration, you would think that you'd be able to find some satisfaction on those regards.
well, district judges down here are elected.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the big problem with our judiciary system right now.
Yeah.
They're elected and not appointed. That's a real problem. But
And
there
we
you go.
do have a leftist problem down here as well. A bad
Oh,
one.
you got to keep
And,
fighting the good fight. You
and
got to
we
keep
have
fighting the good fight.
you know, people talk about all the illegals everywhere else, but in Texas it's like California. So, I mean, we've got probably 1 million illegals here.
Yep.
And nobody does anything about it. In fact, a lot of the systems are set up here that allow them to get away with things that citizens wouldn't get away with.
Yeah. Well, we have a dumbass mayor who said, "Oh, you want to bust some illegals in? Yeah, you can send them to Illinois." And we're like, "No, you're not. You're
Yeah.
not sending them to my suburb."
What do you know what congressional district you're in down there in Texas?
Well, I just changed, so I moved to Collin
Um,
County. Um, but I was born and raised here. My grandparents all went to church here, where I am
Gotcha.
now. So um, it's pretty. I mean, I was in the store the other day, and a guy walked in wearing a shirt that said "Deport Republicans, not illegals," and the lady behind the counter told the guy he had to leave. So
Yeah.
where I am right
That's
now,
not how this works. That's not
yeah,
how this works. That's not how any of this works.
he's like, well, she was like, you need to leave or turn your shirt so people can't read it because you're going to start a fight.
Yep. Darn
And
right.
you can come back whenever you want, just don't wear that shirt.
Right.
He was really upset about it, but one of the other guys in the line said, "Dude, you need to just leave before somebody smacks you and
Yep.
causes a big problem." So, of
Yep.
course, it was somebody that was visiting the lake from California that lives in California. So,
And my thought would be, you don't have any right to get upset. We're deporting you out of this store. You
yeah,
were
well,
okay. You're okay with that? Because that's
We
just
have
how
the
it
right
works,
to
my
refuse
friend.
service to anyone.
so anyway,
Exactly.
I'm gonna publish this book independently. I'm gonna use either Indiegogo or Kickstarter, um,
Okay.
and so if
Now, is this the one
everybody,
you sent me the synopsis on? The one about
yes,
the Adam and Eve sci-fi
yes,
story?
yes. So it's called Echoes of Creation, and it is a retelling of the Adam and Eve story set in the future. And I'm not retelling the Bible, I'm making it rhyme.
Yeah.
So
Ah,
Adam, his wife Lilith, and their friend Lucy are the command crew of a colony ship that the AI that controls Earth, not many people know that he exists, but he controls Earth, builds this. His purpose is to make sure humanity survives indefinitely. And his thought process is, well, something catastrophic can happen, a meteor, stuff like that. So I have to spread out human race. And so the idea is he built the Eden, which is a ship that is so large that it has a landmass inside of it. And this takes place like 200 years from in the future. And Adam and Lilith and Lucy are genetically perfect. They were genetically manipulated through hundreds of years, and they have a perfect genome, which is kind of the theory how early in the Bible it shows people living 1,000, 1,500 years, is that because they're so close to creation, their DNA hasn't degraded. Whereas now our DNA is degraded, so we age quicker. So that's tied in. The AI calls himself Father, and the idea is that the ship goes from planet system to system until it finds a compatible planet, and they will create a colony. And Adam is supposed to lead this colony. So the way they do that is they have stasis technology, and everybody goes into stasis. And Eve is actually the AI in charge of the ship.
Oh, wow.
And the way stasis work is you go into the stasis field, and when you come out of it, you don't think any time has passed. But there's an idea that while you're in stasis, your subconscious is a quantum being, and it dreams anyway. So the beginning of the book starts with flashbacks, where it is all this is explained, that they're genetically created, they weren't real birthed humans, that sort of thing. When they wake up, Eve tells Adam that they had to return to Earth because they couldn't find anything, and the system started degrading on the ship. And it's been 25,000 years. But it's been much longer because they were traveling at near light speed because of the time dilation.
Right.
Lilith can't wake up; she's brain dead. Stasis caused her to go brain dead, and Lucy wakes up and is, because she was the first of the perfected genomes. They experimented on her, and she remembered those. Well, short story, the story expands from there and starts to become a fantasy story. Because when they return to Earth, Earth is larger and it has rings. And they're like Saturn's rings, but except with blue sapphire ice particles or whatever. And there are dragons that fly around in it.
Okay,
And
now
then
I'm really interested. I love dragons.
Lucy talks Eve into implanting her matrix into Lilith's body because Lilith is pregnant. And that's why Lilith went brain dead, was because two subconsciouses couldn't exist in the same field. So Lilith actually chose to die so that the baby could grow. So eventually she convinces Eve, the AI, to transfer her matrix into Lilith's body, that way saving the child. And it becomes a new person. Well, when she does this, Lucy's able to take control of the ship and jettison everyone toward the planet. And that's how the story starts.
Oh, wow.
And Lucy becomes Lucifer. And
Makes sense.
and when they land, it turns out that the rings generate an energy called Ka, and the Ka affects electronics. It destroys them. You can't use them. And then it is really about Adam trying to survive with Eve, Eve trying to become this person that has computer memories and Lilith's human memories, and integrating into itself. And then they have to confront Lucy at the end. So it's a straight, just series of events that's completely linear. They meet elves, they meet dwarves, because what happened was the father decided that the first test was was to send somebody, and then he would invent technologies to advance colonization. And one of them was to open a portal, like a wormhole. And what happened was he opened a portal, and the world of Lumeria came through the portal and crashed into the earth. And that's so there's DNA from this other world and creatures, and it all combined. And it is like, so this story is the Adam story and the Noah story combined, if that makes sense.
That's real. Yeah, that's actually kind of cool.
So you have beings that understand technology and advanced physics and things living in a world of fantasy that makes sense. They have nanites in their bodies, medical nanites, that kind of thing.
That does sound really cool. I can't wait for it to be finished so I can read it.
Yeah, right. It's right now. It's 48 chapters. I'm thinking it's going to be more like 60 or 52 when it's completed because I have to add a few storylines I didn't consider before in as it developed.
Okay.
So I've written the main storyline, but there's some side characters that need some fleshing out that I want to do. So it's going to be more like 52, maybe 53 chapters. So about a 600-page novel.
Not bad. Um, for the other books that you have written, where can our family out here um, purchase them? I have made you a mod, so if you want to drop a link in the chat, you may do so.
Okay. Well, most of my writing you can find on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Makes it really easy then.
Yeah,
You
because
just go to your
most of
channel
it's
and it's there.
audio books. If you can get old copies of Hitchcock's Mystery Magazine and Fantasy Magazine, then there's like 10 stories written in that were published in those in the 90s. But I gave up writing for about 20 years.
Ah, okay.
Well, I had a wife that told me I wasn't any good at it. So,
Okay, that's just sucky. It's
yeah.
like trying, putting down somebody's dream like that. It's like her opinion did not matter at all.
So,
Next time, presuming?
my first wife, yes.
Yeah, see, that's why they're exes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've had 4, so my picker's broken. So,
Nope, they just all sucked.
well,
On your side.
I grew up in a different world. I grew up in a world without anything. I lived in southeastern Oklahoma. We didn't even have phones. So, and we had well water. I mean, we had to dig our own well. So, it's hard to find people that understand. I mean, they're like, I mean, it's hot outside. Why aren't you sitting outside? Because I like sitting outside. I like walking the shores of the lake. People don't do that kind of thing anymore. So, but my the thing about this story is it feels almost inspired because I wrote it straight through in about 3 weeks. I wrote all 48 chapters in about 3 weeks. And it just came out of me. And I've had 3 beta readers and they all love it. Um, I have plugged it into every AI I can and to just see, what are the story strengths and weaknesses. And it's good. So, writers doubt themselves every 5 minutes. They're like, "Oh, this is really good," and then they wait, and they're like, "Maybe it's just me." Uh, it's every writer does that, and Stephen King talks about it. So, but I know this is good. I've had too many people that are honest with me, tell me it's good, and it's the beginning of a 3-part saga that I'm going to call Regenesis. The first book is Echoes of Creation, Adam and kind of Noah. And then the second book is called Dreams of Exodus. And it takes place 2,000 years later with the descendants of Adam and Eve. And the last book is, and that book is basically Moses / King David. And then the last book is, of course, dreams of or memories of revelation, and that is basically the wrap up of the epoch. So the idea behind this is that there have been civilizations before, maybe many, and they're separated by epochs. So the world is created anew. Beings live on it that are sentient, and then over time, there's a catastrophe that destroys that civilization, and that's the end of the epoch. So this is from one epoch to the other.
That really does sound interesting. Can't wait for the first book to be finished so I can read it. I have pinned StoryMan-Jack's YouTube channel to the top of the chat. And speaking of the chat, I want to say hello to Beltloop and to JPRPH1. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Welcome, welcome.
Do you have like a date in mind of when you think you might?
I want to launch the campaign in less than 6 months. It'll probably be more like 3, but I don't want to give myself that short a deadline because things come up. Like this week, my water was frozen in my house for 4 days. So it's
Oh, that's always fun.
yeah. Well, I'm in Texas. I have a heated water hose to my RV, but the plumbing underneath it got so cold that it it just froze underneath. It froze the water tank that's underneath my trailer. So
Oh
I
god,
just
yeah, it's been horrendously cold, and I know it doesn't usually get that cold in Texas, at least not as cold as it gets here in Illinois, because we've been. I think our lowest temp was something like -20.
yeah.
Um,
We're used to more like it'll stay around 32, maybe in the 20s. Occasionally, there's a one off where we get like a single digit, but that's like every 3 or 4 years. We don't really get this kind of thing. Uh, I mean, tomorrow it's supposed to be 60 degrees. So,
oh, that'd be nice. That's a heat
yes,
wave for us.
yeah. So, I mean, this is where I grew up. I tried living in the north. I couldn't do it. I don't know. That plus,
Oh,
after I lost a lot of weight about a decade ago when I found out I had diabetes. I went from 402 pounds to 178, and I'm at
Wow.
165
wow,
right now.
Mazel
It's
tov.
Good on you.
I can't stand the cold.
Yeah.
And I had a friend tell me that he had the same thing. He had to
Yep.
like bulk up on jackets and sweaters and stuff. When I used to walk around in that kind of weather in my shorts, now I can't stand it if it gets below 50.
Yeah, it's like I'm a Chicago girl, so I mean, I was born and raised in this weird weather, and so I've always bundled because that was just the thing you knew to bundle when you were outside.
Well, I was too, but I went through something very similar. Lost about 100 pounds, and yep, it's you're not used to not having that insulation.
Yeah,
Right.
but I did discover that when you're doing your layers, I used to have just a actually it was kind of a thinner leather jacket, and so I'd have on like a sweatshirt. I'd put that on, and then my winter coat, and that leather jacket was such a good insulator that I was always toasty. So if y'all are suffering from really intense cold, which pretty much everyone is now,
Layer,
if
layer,
you have a
layer.
leather jacket, use it as an insulator in your layers. It'll help keep your heat in.
Yeah.
And it works
And
for animals, so you know.
but we haven't worked at all this week, so I've been working on the novel and trying to, you know, this is a common thing with most writers. By the time they get done with the editing and get it sent off, they're sick of the story. But I'm not. It's still just fresh. It's like somebody gave it to me. It just normally you'll get stuck because I what I typically do is I create the story, the idea. Here's the situation, and then I create character types, archetypes, and I say, okay, here's your situation. What are you going to do? And the story, I let the characters tell the story. Most of the time, you run into a lot of roadblocks along the way because the type A personality isn't doing what you really want them to do, to go a certain way. This story didn't have any of that problem. It just went the way it wanted to go, and it happened to be the right way. So um, there's there's a lot of there's a lot of themes that came out of it. I think one of the major problems with media in our day and age is that people start with a message and then write a story to fit it. Well, the way it's supposed to work is you write a story and the message comes out of it. Um, that's why characters and things feel disconnected. If you write toward a message on purpose, because you're in the forefront, you're not thinking about what the characters are going to do or what they should do or how your character's personality type reacts to a situation. You're thinking about what is that message. I mean, Starfleet Academy is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Where they they have a message, and their vehicle for that message is the Academy, and none of it makes any sense. There has never been, or never will be, in the history of humanity, an academy that accepts the most awful, dumbest students they could pick from. It never happens. I mean, one of these characters literally ate their comm badge. How is that officer material? So
That's
Yeah.
that's mental deficiency is what
yeah,
that is.
yeah, and
Should be
those kind of
juvenile
people.
hall.
I mean, sad to say, there's a few of those people in the world, but
Sure.
nobody would consider accepting them in the Air Force Academy or West Point or anything like that.
Well, you also wouldn't see an officer at West Point walking around with no shoes on, kicking up bare feet.
You know, they could have made that work if they made a point of making sure that she was perfect in command situations
Yeah.
and then just have her barefoot in her crew quarters.
Right.
But they didn't want to do that. They wanted to put it in your face. Just like
Yep.
all the gay coded stuff is put in your face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have no problem with people choosing their own path, but I don't need to look at it. I don't need it reminded to me every single moment of every single day.
Yeah, I understand that. It's like it seems like there are these stories I'll read. There's a site called Not Always Right, and they've got different tabs for different things. I think that they're on to like 8 tabs now. So it's not always right, not always working, not always learning, not always healthy, etc. And nearly every story you're starting to get through them, and somewhere there they have to mention that they are trans, they are gay, they are something. And it's like, okay, I understand, people have transitioned. They don't want to be male anymore. They're now female, or they don't want to be female anymore. They're now male. But you have to announce it all the time.
Right.
It should be your personal business. I mean, it's like if I decided to get cosmetic surgery to, I don't know, have different parts put on me or taken off. That's private information. The only person that really needs to know that is my husband. No
Right.
one else out there needs to know if I've got a third breast or something. That's no one's business. So my only objection really to it is, why are you announcing that to everyone?
Good
That's
point.
private. At
Yeah.
least to me,
Well,
that's
and
a private thing.
and the other thing is that it's crept into everything. I mean, I was reading the Stormlight archives, and I love Brandon Sanderson. But there's a side story in there about one of these people that is gay. And I'm like, look, that has nothing to do with the story. What are you doing?
Right.
Um, that there was another story I was reading, and it is a magic universe story. And suddenly this guy goes out or agrees to have a date with another guy, and it doesn't go anywhere. And you're like, you just put that in there so that somebody would publish your story.
Right.
Yeah, it's like putting in the gayness for gayness sake. It's like, um,
It's like
like
the
gay
queer
friends,
bait
like
kiss at the end of Rise of Skywalker.
yeah, it's like you don't need to be shoving that well, shoving it down our throats and throwing it out there so much. You got a gay character? Great. There was, I can't even remember what it is now. It was either a TV show or movie that Troy and I watched. One of the characters was gay. You had no idea until somewhere near the end of the film where it was like casually mentioned about something. It's like, oh, he was gay? Because it wasn't shoved down your throat and it had zero to do with the story.
Right. Didn't come up until it mattered.
Yeah.
Right. And yes, sometimes it does matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just I don't understand what a gay relationship. I mean, those characters, you don't even find out what happens to them in the end.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're like, there was no purpose for that. Now, if it was one of the main characters and he's going through a crisis or something like that, or she is, then and it changes their trajectory in the story, then yeah, I understand putting it in there. But it's the same thing. It's the message telling the story instead of the story relaying a message. Like
Exactly.
for this story, it turned out that the theme was acceptance and freedom, individual freedom over tyranny and control. So, um,
And in those situations, your gender, your sexuality, whatever, your race has zero to do with it.
right. And I wouldn't even have the romantic part between Adam and Eve, except it's important for them to be, because the humans that are still on Earth are further degraded, and they can't touch the cob, but Adam and Eve can because they're perfectly genetically. And in 2,000 years, their blood has mingled with all the other humans and allowed them to do these things. And the cob works kind of like the Force, except it's both emotion and elemental based.
Yeah. I mean,
It's supposed to be the power of creation.
it's like having a story and repeatedly mentioning that this character's female. It's like,
Right.
does it really have anything to do with the story? Unless it's something relevant, like this is an all-female colony, squadron, whatever. There is zero reason to mention it. You're just throwing it in for for how did
Right.
you put it? You're throwing it in for throwing it in sake, just to sell a book.
Yeah.
And to me, that's kind of like clickbait. There's these little stories I'll see on Facebook where it starts off. It's put up by BuzzFeed, and those ones I know are just
Yep.
dumb. It'll start off really good, like this one little paragraph of, this thing happened, and then you click on the link, and it has zero to do with the and then part. And it's like,
Right.
this is just clickbait, and then
A
it just
lot
makes
of
me mad
the
because
AI
I'm looking
stuff on
for the
YouTube is that way.
story, and no
Yep.
story is there.
Yep. Exactly right.
Yeah, a lot of the AI stuff on YouTube is that way too.
Yeah, those ones are funny because you can always tell they're AI. So if you listen to any of these stories on AI, I mean on YouTube, and it doesn't matter who the publisher or whatever of them are, it's AI when they mention the Chen family, because they're in almost all of them. Marcus is mentioned. What's the other one? They have a beat up Honda Civic. Those are
Yeah.
like the three things that they bring up in nearly every story. And it's like, oh, the Chins are back. Okay, we know this is AI.
Well, I'm gonna wait until Duncan Egg this the Night of the Seven Kingdoms season is over before I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's great, but see, George, he has like 3 or 4 characters that repeat. Like there's certain characters in House of the Dragon that really resemble characters that are in A Song of Ice and Fire, and characters that it's kind of like Dash Rendar resembling Han Solo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I like this message from Nate. He says, sorry, Netter, nobody has actually transitioned from male to female. They're just dudes that have boobs and chicks that don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then Deleted says, I'm at a point where I'm not interested in watching, where'd it go? Watching, reading anything new from the major studios publishing companies, especially after the venom they spewed out the last couple of weeks.
True.
oh yeah,
It's like, be a good story writer. Stop
Here's
trying
the
to
problem.
shove things in
They know it's
just to
bad.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know it's bad. Look at the release schedule. There hasn't been any new movies really come out.
Yeah.
That I mean, they had their worst Christmas in I don't know how long. It's just they know that what they're doing is bad. So I don't understand why they keep it. Well, and it's really the shills that are attacking. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked in 20 years. And all it's gotten is worse. So I don't know why they keep attacking us. We're just telling them the truth. I mean, there were things about Strange New Worlds I liked, and then they did a musical episode, and I'm like, oh my god, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
terrible. That was terrible. Yeah.
I'm just
For
like,
for Nate's comment about guy transitioning. What was her name? Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn
Caitlyn
Jenner.
Yeah.
Jenner, has decided to disclose that they are heartbroken because they have testicular cancer.
oh my god,
And they're like, "Oh no, I'm still a guy." It's like, yeah, you became a female
it and
years
see
ago.
a lot of it ends up being perverts,
Yeah.
you know, and I mean, whatever you do in your own little world in your own bedroom, that's your business. But flaunting it, I mean, I don't like seeing couples kissing hetero couples out kissing in public and doing that stuff. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's sweet to see a young couple holding hands and stuff, but they're not trying to mount each other like they do in these gay pride parades.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. The world's
It's
gone off the deep end.
it's just defining deviancy down, right? We
Yes.
we we grew up learning certain etiquette, certain morals, right? The way you behave in society. And throughout my life, I've seen those rules just getting thrown out, people getting lazy, not caring anymore. And this is what you end up with. There's a reason that you behave a certain way in society because you want your society to be a certain way.
Well, and that's part of the reason I live down by the lake in a van, basically.
Yeah.
Tired of dealing with it. I'm tired of it. I mean, I don't understand why Don Lemon is not in jail. If anybody else in the world had raided a mosque or a synagogue, they would be in jail the rest of their life.
Yeah.
It made me
Well,
so angry.
a big
that I-
problem with it is you got to put yes, you can point to the people committing a crime, but you also have to point to who is enforcing the law and how and what law are they enforcing. By bringing up the FACE Act, this is going to get thrown out. There
Right.
are things that they could have been charged with, but they didn't charge them with those things. They charged them with things that are going to be thrown out on their face. No pun intended on that.
Yeah.
And this is the incompetence of I'm sorry, the
Oh,
justice.
they lied to us. I mean, Pam Bondi's a joke.
Yes,
Cash Patel
she's
has
worse than a
broken.
joke.
Cash Patel has broken every promise he made.
Yep.
Every single promise he made, he broke it, and then Dan is covering for him. So I don't understand.
Yeah, I can accept that Dan and Cash are just incompetent, but Pam Bondi that's
She's paid
pay to
for
pay Pam. That's pay
She's
to pay
paid-
Pam. Yeah.
She worked for Pfizer for how many years?
Yes, we knew who she was down in Florida. She only represents and cares about the donor class. She doesn't care about doing actual work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you appoint a sorority girl, to a high office.
Yeah, it's like watching Legally Blonde, except she's not quite as smart as Elle. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah, exactly.
And
Hey,
then,
I'm blonde.
huh?
I said, "Hey, I'm blonde."
Well, I
but
was just
he's
pointing out the
saying
movie.
he's saying that in Legally Blonde, at least she was smart.
Yeah.
It's not the case with
And
Pam.
Elle is a lot smarter than Pam Bondi.
And again, and again, and again, and so on.
Right.
So I mean, this is the problem with Trump: is he listens to people he shouldn't be listening to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he did it the first time around. I
Yeah.
was hoping for better this time. Apparently, he didn't learn.
And I think part of the problem is that the so many people in these that could be used in these positions are corrupted,
Yep,
and the House and Senate are so corrupt that they're not
yep,
going to vote anybody who wouldn't be corrupt.
yep.
So I mean, it's like the office of the president of the United States doesn't really mean anything
It's getting
because
to that point. You're
I
right.
mean, Matt Gaetz would have been a thousand times better, but the corrupt senators wouldn't vote for him.
Yep. Nope,
So,
you're right. You
and
are
we have
right.
two of them that are as corrupt as hell from Texas, both of them.
Yep.
Ted Cruz believes, I believe, he thinks he was born in Israel,
Yep.
and the other guy wants to take our guns away.
Yep.
So,
Israel first.
yep.
Israel
Yeah.
first.
And nowhere in the Bible does it says that we should lay down for Israel.
Well, don't be mistaken. I think there's a lot of people that believe, and a lot of people in the uh, the the Republican Party who believe that the Christian right are big supporters of Israel, and that's not as true as it used to be.
No, it's
And
not.
and people are going, you know what? Yes, we have a respect for the Jewish people, and we have a respect, from a religious perspective for God's people. But God, has control of that. We don't need to fight foreign wars over God's plan. He's got that all planned out.
You know, if if cartels came over the border
Mm-hmm.
and raided, say, El Paso, like what happened, we would wipe them out. I would want to wipe everybody out.
Right,
But that would be our problem. Israel wouldn't give us money to help us do it.
right.
That's my point is I don't care what Israel does. If they're an ally, they're an ally. But we shouldn't have to pay for anything for them. They make more money. They have their own GDP.
Yep.
And I've had people tell me, "Well, we give them the money so that they can buy weapons back from us." I'm like, "Then we're money laundering."
Yeah, that's ridiculous. If they want to buy it from us, that's entirely different. We don't need to
Yeah.
give them the money to give back to us.
Yeah, that's if I did that, if say my company gave money to somebody to purchase something from me so it looks good on my sheets, that's fraud.
Yeah, it's called a
Yeah.
leering center.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which they don't seem to care about either.
Right.
Ilhan
Exactly.
Armour's fake winery that made $5 million. I
Yeah.
don't.
Well, not everything's fake about her. Her marriage, her being attacked, the Jesse Smollett style.
So this book is my way of fighting back, telling a story like it was told in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Just a good, entertaining story that has a good moral theme and through line, and it's based on something everybody would recognize. Even people who've never read the Bible know the story of Adam and Eve.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so that's what that agent was initially so excited about was, hey, this audience is going to be huge because it's a familiar story that's just changed and and you follow actual characters.
Yeah.
That there's not, there's no MacGuffin. There's nothing like these are just people trying to explore a new world. And what happens when two different ideologies on how to do that, and the individual character's pain encroach upon their perceptions of this new world.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, well, it is coming up upon the hour. And of course, if you stay right here, you will all be shepherded over to Deleted Scenes for his coming attractions. But before I do that, let's find out what's going on the rest of the week. So, Troy, over on Last Call tomorrow night.
Well, before we do that, I want to ask our guests real quick.
Yes, of course.
When you're ready to go live with the book, come back and we'll do a launch party. Does that sound like a plan?
Absolutely. I just got to decide whether I want to risk going on Kickstarter because they tend to throw people like me off. But it has a much larger audience for novel.
Troy, give some a go.
I've used that for things in the past, and everybody keeps telling me to go to Indiegogo, and they're good, but I don't like the idea that if I don't meet I want to make sure that if I don't meet my goal, everybody gets their money back.
That's fair.
Well, I know for Give, Send, Go, let's say that you're trying to raise, I don't know, $10,000 and you get close to it.
Yeah.
You could still take your money from Give, Send, Go. Whereas Kickstarter will return the money, and I don't know about Indiegogo. I don't know much about them.
So I'm going to be doing audio on ACX for Audible, as well as, and that costs about $7,000 to get a decent voice actor to do it. And then I'm going to do a ebook and a paperback novel through Amazon. The other thing is that I'm going to have one tier that's going to have 5 leather-bound journals available. And the journal is going to be Adam's journal after he landed. He'll have sketches of new creatures. It'll have notes in there, that kind of thing.
That actually sounds really cool. Kind of like we've gotten something like that before, where it's that little extra that's like here's these bits of things that most people wouldn't know about. So it's like, here's this little thing for you. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really. I'm just trying to think of things that I would want from my favorite authors. So I think that would be really interesting to have a handwritten, 50-page leather-bound journal of Adam from the story as he's discovering things and his personal thoughts, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And for the rest of the week, Troy, what's happening on Last Call?
So tomorrow night on Last Call, of course, I've mentioned earlier this week, we are planning something new, just going to try a new topic, this date in history. See what you guys think about it.
Oh, I like
Those are
that.
always interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we're on Big
Al
channel.
Presents for Hellboy, the original by Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, that's right. It's
the
Del
good
Toro
one.
month.
Yep.
Sunday on Geeky Geezers.
Sunday afternoon, I will be over on Real Wade Nation Gaming recap over on his Rumble channel for a watch party of Tron Ares. Never seen it. I'll give you my honest opinion as I watch it.
Let's see.
But then Geeky Geezers, still compiling the notes. There's a lot of them, so I don't know for sure what's going to be on. We'll chisel it down a little bit, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it.
And then Monday, Members Night at the Movies.
I haven't got the film picked out yet, but if you want to be a member on my channel, for as little as
was it 16 cents a day? So it's $1.99?
16 cents a day if you want a regular membership, but you can become a membership for as little as $2 a month.
$1.99. You can be a member of Troy's channel,
and
you can help
weekly
him reach his
watch
goal.
parties on my channel.
Yeah. He has got a goal for this year to meet 200 members. Of course, we lost some of our gifties from December because of they're only on for a month.
YouTube, yeah.
So we're trying to build that back up, as well as get him to that 200. So like I say, a membership is only $1.99, comes out to 16 cents a day, and even the $1.99 is less than a cup of coffee. Let's see, Tuesday.
And, you guys know what we've got coming up. You guys follow us. You know where we're going. We need to get this ended so we can get you over to...
That's 2 minutes fast.
That's fine, but we still got to get people over there. There's closing credits.
I just want to let everyone know that my guest next week will be Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Another writer, too.
Yes.
So
now, if you stay right here, you will be automatically redirected over to Deleted Scenes channel. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for encouraging our guest. And until next time, good night and God bless. Oh, and thank you so much for the gifties. I really do appreciate those.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Network, and it's all